so many labels labelled at me, and I've now lost my job. This is experimental. ncirs.org.au is a government website. It has the phases of clinical trial. We should have only had 2,000 people have an experimental thing, according to their government website, in a 2-year period. We're not even at 12 months, and we've got millions. You guys working, you've taken it. They're now saying you may have to be tested for HIV. I don't know, that's not my background, but I'm seeing it online. We are not sitting here blindly uninformed publics. I have with me the test kits that they're giving the kids, and I'm opening them up to find the fraud, all bought from China. You can come, have a look at them, I will open them up, you can touch, feel, whatever. The kids have now got anxiety. 2 years have been lost in schooling with these kids, and now they are getting constant emails about how many cases based on these stupid little tests made out of China that were probably worth 1 cent each. They're getting constant emails. They've already got anxiety and are weak. The face masks, they have oxide on them, cancer. They cause bacterial pneumonia. They cause lung cancer. Go and have a look at the long-term consequences of face masks. We have police officers, we have ambulance, we have all our paramedics. If this vaccine is as bad as what we are saying, we lose our first responders and our medical staff. The government doesn't care. They've said nothing this whole time. We have kids in school with masks on all day long, 30-degree weather. And we say nothing.
Outrageous.
The education department say nothing and are encouraging this. They are only encouraging positive cases. So a friend of mine has an anxious child already from receiving these emails, and so she emailed the school. The school rang her and said, do you want me to arrange counselling for your child? Not remove the email, no, counselling for the child. He's 13. He has had to endure 2 years of this crap. He lost his grandmother to the hotel quarantine debacle. So she was in the nursing home. Dan Andrews should have been arrested over the hotel quarantine. Ken Phillips from Self-Employed Australia, who looks after WorkSafe, he has lodged documents with the police and with WorkSafe. WorkSafe did nothing. WorkSafe, I found out, are an arm of the Labor Party. They are an arm of the Labor Party. I have been sending constant emails to WorkSafe saying this is safe, it's in trap of employers. Employers, if an employer mandates these jabs and the person dies, the employer could be up for industrial manslaughter. No, the employer has no idea. WorkSafe have entrapped the employer. The employer, they know their business. They don't know what's been going on with the vaccine injuries. They've been trying to run a business during these last 2 years. I implemented JobKeeper. Ironically, I implemented JobKeeper and now I'm out of work. The amount of stuff that we had to learn for JobKeeper so people could keep their jobs for them to now lose their jobs, this was set up. The Doherty Institute, Melbourne Uni and RMIT, go and look up the words RMIT, Melbourne Uni and the words disinformation. They have been running a disinformation campaign. RMIT have got weekly or monthly newsletters of the harms and then calling it disinformation. So This is real. Melbourne Uni have received so much funding through the Doherty Institute. The people at the refugee hotels, the 701 Swanson Street, they've been locked in there for years. But Melbourne Uni have the hotel, they've been receiving money. The Doherty Institute have a timeline. On the 17th of March 2020, they produced a report to say our immune systems cope with COVID. We then went into what was called a pandemic. We haven't come out of it, despite no evidence in any court cases being produced by our government. But don't worry, our taxes have paid for the state government to go against the people. It is incomprehensible, this. You can take this in or not take this in, but you have to understand we have been lied to on an astronomical scale, and it has all been planned. I used to work in accounts on construction. They work to deadlines. When you realise this has all been timelined to a T, you're going, well done. You've been listening and lied to through the TV, through social media, through whatever medium. What you've been listening to is a marketing campaign. You've been listening to a marketing campaign. So, and it's been horrendous. Everybody's lying. It doesn't matter whether it's legal or not, it's been done. So many laws have been broken, and yet the police in the upper ranks are allowing it. They allowed the shooting of unarmed citizens on Australian soil. They allowed it. I watched the live feed, and I drove through the city with an armoured vehicle with a sonar weapon in the streets of Melbourne. Police rounded up every tradie that they found. Didn't matter what they were doing, they rounded them up.
Police love violence.
The police were instructed. They didn't realise all of this was public perception.
I love it.
You guys have been used for public perception in the marketing campaign.
Well said.
This lie has been perpetrated by a government that should never have been there. 2014, he shouldn't have been here. We would have had a completely different state. So the enormity, oh my God, this has to end, but it's not. You can make every complaint to WorkSafe, which WorkSafe own pandemic guidelines say all you have to do is reduce the risk of catching COVID. Now, there's been no influenza deaths since July 2020. My email to WorkSafe was that proved that it wasn't influenza rebranded, and I never got a response. I've sent that multiple times. You've been trapped employers. You've been trapped employers, you've been trapped employees. It's their job to have looked after the safety. The employers, you can bag them all you like, they were following instructions and have been so bombarded with compliance. It's unbelievable. The government deliberately made it so complex that employers gave in and were just following to try and keep their businesses open. You can see from the city how empty this street is. Those buildings, if you rented that building, you're still paying rent, even though you have no business. You're still up for the expenses. They mass unemployed everybody in July in 2020. They allowed you access to your super at the start of this. They do not allow you access to your super since then. So we can't even get our super. We can't even get our super. The Centrelink payments are below the poverty line. They know this. You've thrown families below the poverty line. They knew this. They want the repossessions of the houses that are happening now. They know the banks are repossessing people's houses right now. They know it. Canberra know it, Melbourne know it. And it was planned. Absolutely planned. The deadlines, the timelines, when you look back, this was planned. We were deceived on a scale unbelievable. So, are we waiting for the upper echelons of management of police to arrest our managers? I don't know. But there is court cases happening. There are court cases regarding the WorkSafe stuff. If you've been on unemployment and Centrelink for 6 months, you can get a letter from Centrelink, and to access under hardship rules, and you can get some money out. Only 10,000. So, and there's not even many banks around. So they're saying that there's a possibility the banks are going bad. We have got so much debt through our thing. This has cost trillions of dollars on a fraud. We will be paying for it, or our country will go bankrupt. It's unprecedented, but it's been planned. And the face masks of the police officers, at least put it below your nose, so you're not breathing in your own oxygen.
Well said.
That's bad. And then think of the kids at school from these mandates. One of the media, I said about the test kits. She goes, well, the education department has to be seen to be doing something. Are you kidding me? The kids are wearing masks and having tests and causing anxiety because the government has to be seen to be doing something. Are you kidding me? This was influenza. We had over 1,000 deaths in 2019 influenza. We did nothing like this. Nursing homes are locked down. You cannot visit relatives in a nursing home, and they're understaffed. I have an auntie who was locked in her room, and the first thing the family got told, she has bruises down her. We have a nursing home royal commission that said that damage has been done in nursing homes by abusive relationships, like the nursing staff, and we lock them away so we can't access them. People go to emergency department, cannot have somebody accompany them. They cannot have somebody accompany them to an emergency ward. How is that safe? That is not safe. People are not allowed to have visitors in hospitals. You don't know what's going on. There are staff shortages and nobody's allowed to visit and see what's going on. This is not safe. None of this is safe, and WorkSafe have allowed it. So, yeah, that's one. Oh yeah, the insurance companies. For those that have had the jab, go and check your insurance companies and your life insurance and your superannuation. Apparently you're not covered because you took an experiment. So if something happens to you, your insurance may not cover you. Your life insurance and personal insurance, it may even be through your super companies. So I have heard that, but you have to check your health insurance as well, may not cover you. The insurance companies, obviously the big banks and the insurance are all in on it because they gain. They gain from this. If you lose your house, there's stamp duty. They don't care if they sell it on to somebody else. Life insurance, well, you've been paying your life insurance for so many years, but suddenly you take an experimental jab and it doesn't cover you. All those payments meant nothing. All those payments meant nothing. So it may not even cover you for death and disability. So then, therefore, that's why they mandated it for the employer who's already trying to make the business go. They put it all onto the employer. So when you bag in your employer, they were trying to get by too.
Beautiful, Margaret. Let's put it up. Give it up for Margaret. For someone who was nervous to get up here and speak, she did very, very well. She actually had more than just a few words to say. Thank you so much, Margaret, for keeping us informed. It is 12 o'clock. We will shortly be handing it over to AUM and MFR as they're doing the 12 o'clock march thing today. I think they might be planning the march from about 12:30 onwards. Canberra is still in full force. It's still going. It looks like they might be marching again. There's a little bit of censorship or something going on. Real Rukshan's lives, I can't see that he's got any lives going at the moment, so I'm not sure what's going on there. Just in relation to what Margaret was saying, I think we owe a little ode to Daniel Andrews. So let's do that. Jail Dan Andrews! Andrews. Sack Dan Andrews. But it's not enough to sack him anymore. It's not enough to sack him. They need to be arrested. They need to be put in jail. And we need another Nuremberg. Nuremberg 2.0. There's a lot of talk going around about it. I won't go into any details about what that might entail, but you know, we don't believe in the death penalty here. So let's just lock them up and throw away the keys. Do we have any MFR or AUM representatives who'd like to get up in a sec? Anyone? Oh, yeah, in a sec. So, just letting you guys know, while Canberra's going on, I have said this a few times, but for newcomers, the VFM and the Rise Up people who've been doing the weekly kind of fill-in events, we are committed to doing every week. We did want to shake things up a bit this week, but things didn't really want to go to plan because everyone's quite fixated on this 12 o'clock Parliament on a Saturday. We are, you know, creatures of habit after all. So here we are again, 12 o'clock Parliament, which is probably a good plan, especially while things are in everyone's in Canberra, because we've only got a portion of our movement here at the moment, so there's only so much disruption we can do. But you know, we just need to be extra loud and extra proud. So here we are. The VFM team, the Rise Up Coalition, which is an amalgamation of a few different groups, are committed to keep bringing you the weekly events. It is an extra challenge right now with Canberra, given that we are on skeleton teams. All of the movements at the moment are on skeleton teams. Woo! Woo, woo! Go the convoys, hey? What was I saying? So we are committed to being here every week. Please keep your eyes peeled on the Vic Freedom Movement channel on Telegram. If you're not on there, please get on there. t.me/Vic Freedom Movement, all one word. We do promote every single event that goes on in Victoria. So if you don't want to miss a thing, get on there because it is a reliable source of information. Yeah, we plan on being here every week and we'll be putting up updates as to what's planned. But while Canberra's going on, it seems to be that their rallies up there are starting at 10 o'clock. So who would like to keep coming here, 10 o'clock, even if we can't get live streaming, just to do it in conjunction with Canberra, in solidarity? Let's stand up with Canberra, rise up with Canberra. Who wants to be here? Woo! So we'll usually be here probably from around 10 o'clock. We'll do the usual rally, 12 o'clock Parliament, which won't impact on that. We'll probably do some more open mics, some chants, and let's see how it goes. But just stay updated on the Vic Freedom Movement channel for any changes. Anyone from AUM, or can I pass it over here again? We'll do a few more open mics before you guys are ready. Yeah, awesome. Thanks guys for coming.
Amen. So, what's your name again? What's your name? What's your name? Autumn. Give it up for Autumn. You know, so actually, this is the greatest evidence I can give to you. I want you to remember this. This guy, he's an ex-policeman. His name is, I'll say it so you can remember. His name is Mark, and then Sexton. X-E-X-T-O-N. This is a case study. 62029679/21. And he presented it to the London police station. 1 week later, Johnson opened the borders. So you can download this. 1,100 pages. 1,100 pages. So it's Mark Sexton, and you look it up. 1,100 pages, manslaughter charges against the UK medical the guys running the medical department. So it's Mark Sexton, and it's 1,100 pages. And so if you Google that, actually it'll bring down this country, because what would happen is all the people, the health department people, they're going to be arrested for manslaughter charges. How many people want to see that? That the health department in Australia will be arrested for manslaughter charges. What do you think?
Thank you. Would anybody else, I know that Trav from AUM, I think he'll be leading the show today. He actually was one of the people who, I was just told, was treating us when we went past, so he's running a little late. So let's keep doing a bit of open mic while we're here. Is there anyone we haven't heard from who would really like to get up and say a few things? Come on guys, don't be shy. We're all nervous when we start, but be brave. It's Superheroes Day apparently. 5-year-old superheroes getting their shots. Sorry, this one first. Who was in line first? Okay. This is Sandy, guys. We've got a few more who will come up after, so if you just want to come and stand over here, so I know who's next.
Hello everyone. I'm just letting you guys know I'm an employer, okay? I work in an industry that's on the front line. My staff are not forced to vaccinate. Now, it's not because I'm an anti-vaxxer. I believe in the rights of every human being in Australia, as I know these servant members do too, but they've got to stand to attention. I'm not being defiant, but I'm not going to allow one of my staff to have one of those jabs and then, God forbid, they should die or be seriously injured.
You're a legend.
So when staff come to me, we don't talk about it. I said it's your choice. Because the way I look at it, there's hundreds of thousands of small businesses. It's going to take them a while to get through it. And by then, hopefully, common sense will prevail. So for the government that is listening, we're not against you, government. We're against our human rights charter. That's what is really upsetting the people of Australia right now. I've travelled a long way to come here today, and I'll be here next Saturday, and I'll be here the following Saturday, and if I could have gone to Canberra, I would have been at Canberra. Now, to update all you people, I've just had word there's just under 1 million people in Canberra. But if the media's going to cover it, I hope the main channels has the guts and audacity and decency to cover it. Because we are crying out for freedom in this country. We're crying out for common sense. And as we stand at one, we stand united. Amen?
Amen.
Give it up for Sandy! Woo! Who was next on the open mic? There are a couple of people. Over here? What's your name? Lucas. This is lovely Lucas. Give it up for Lucas. Another superhero today. You're all superheroes. My kids actually literally think I'm a superhero because I once told them, my daughter, sorry, bit of a tangent. My daughter once said to me whilst watching some superhero show, Mum, are superheroes real? And I said, well, yes they are, darling, but they don't wear capes. They fight the government. And so now, when she's asked the question, what does your mum do for a living? She thinks about it and she says, she's a superhero because she's trying to make the world a better place. And I think every single one of us are superheroes.
Outstanding. If we all watch The Incredibles, it's important not to wear capes, otherwise you get stuck through a jet plane. No capes. So, my name is Lucas, and I've been protesting for about 6 months now, here and there. What really pushed me over the line is when my mum lost her job. Her employer didn't fight the mandates. They didn't fight it at all. I've recently taken leave from the state emergency service because I don't want a booster. I would stay, but they've made it mandatory, so I've had to leave. Hopefully I'll come back. Just a real shame. I want to start seeing organizations start fighting back. Stop rolling over. Stop rolling over and stop. And you know what? I want to say, all the politicians out there who have a shred of conscience left, if you've got anything left, do the right thing. Start listening to that little voice inside you that says, stop. Stop what you're doing. Vic Paul, we work as one. I want you to arrest all the ones who have violated all of us for the last 2 years. The pandemic, yes, it's real, it's happened, but we need to start moving forward, moving on. We need to make Australia great again. I know that's a cliche, but hey, it works. And of course, hey! So yeah, love you, Mom. There's a lot of love here. They keep labeling us as anti-vaxxers and extremists. I don't think they really understand what extremism actually means. If there's anything, extremism is beyond those doors. So, we're going to keep fighting. We're not going away. Our numbers are getting bigger every day. Canberra's a great example. Shout out to everyone in Canberra. Shout out to all the live streamers crashing the whole network with their live streams. Keep crashing it, keep pushing it, and love you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lindsay. Give it up for Lindsay. Woo! AUM are here. You taking over? We're giving it over to AUM now, who will be leading the march today. So here's Trav.
How is everyone? Alright, we've been flat out, we're very limited organisers due to Canberra. We're flat out at Flagstaff trying to get it all ready for you guys, so we're glad we're here. Look, regardless of the numbers, it's still great that everyone's come out today. We're still being heard today. I promise you right now, we'll be loud as ever. I don't care how many people are here, we're going to be loud. My vote's back and I know all of yours are too. Let's be loud today, let's be heard. Let's go to these K-pop sites. Let's educate these parents that it is wrong and that our children are being affected. It's not us no more, it's our children. Alright? Let's be heard today. Let's all jump on the road. Let's get ready for this march. Let's get this done today. Let's be heard. Let's be loud, people.
Suck down, Andrew. Suck down, Andrew. Arrest Dan Andrews. Arrest Dan Andrews. Woo, woo, woo. Thanks for coming, guys. See you next week. 10 o'clock, Parliament Step.
Actually, every one of you are legends.
Thank you.
So you have to be where I am in the morning over here. They made a law. They changed it.
Let's be heard. Let's not be first directed against us. We don't need to be aggressive to them. We need to go up to them. We need to recognise our children have been hurt. Our children have been affected. That's due to our crisis. Enough is enough.
Hey,